Before there were mighty empires, before any books were written, before the rise and fall of great civilizations, there was a man, born amidst the vast desert sands of Arabia. His name resonates in the hearts of billions around the globe every single day. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. But how well do we really know him? In this video, we're about to reveal 100 astonishing facts about the final messenger, facts that even lifelong Muslims may not have come across. He was foretold in earlier scriptures. Many Islamic scholars firmly believe that the coming of Prophet Muhammad was mentioned in earlier revelations, including the Torah and the Gospel. In the Bible, specifically in Deuteronomy 18:18, there's a reference to a prophet like Moses. Muslims interpret this as pointing to Muhammad. Likewise, the Gospel of John speaks of a comforter or paraclete, which early Muslim commentators have identified as a prophecy about the final messenger. These mentions suggest that his arrival was awaited, not just by Arabs, but also by the people of the book. He was born an orphan in the year 570 CE in the holy city of Mecca. The prophet entered this world without his father, Abdullah, who had passed before his birth. By the time he was 6, he also lost his mother, Amina. From such an early age, he was surrounded by sorrow and solitude, growing up familiar with grief and resilience. Raised initially by his grandfather Abdul Muttalib, and later by his uncle Abu Talib, these years of adversity helped shape a man of deep empathy and strength. His name means the praised one. The name Muhammad is derived from the Arabic root HMD, meaning praise. It literally translates to the praised one. Remarkably, it's said that no one bore this name before him, as if the name itself was divinely chosen to reflect his destined honor. Today, Muhammad stands as the most common name in the world, a testament to his universal legacy. He was illiterate, yet delivered a book that changed the world. Though he never learned to read or write, Prophet Muhammad brought forth the Quran, a text that transformed humanity. The Quran itself highlights his illiteracy in chapter 7, verse 157, emphasizing the miraculous nature of the revelation. He would recite the verses exactly as they were revealed by the angel Gabriel, and his companions would memorize and later record them. His inability to read or write only reinforced the divine origin of his message. He was called Al-Amin long before his prophethood. Even before he received revelation, Muhammad was widely known in Mecca as Al-Amin, meaning the trustworthy. People trusted him with their wealth, their secrets, and even their disputes. Even those who later opposed him politically or religiously couldn't deny his impeccable character. In times of crisis, his community turned to him to mediate. Trust wasn't just a virtue, he taught, it was how he lived his life. He chose simplicity over luxury. Despite being offered immense riches, power, and a king-like status, Prophet Muhammad chose to live humbly. He often slept on straw mats, ate simple meals, and even patched his own garments. On one occasion, a visitor saw his modest dwelling and was moved to tears. The prophet gently told him, "What do I have to do with this world? I am like a traveler who rests under the shade of a tree and then moves on." His life was a reflection of detachment from materialism. He adopted a freed slave as his son. Zayd ibn Haritha was once enslaved, but the prophet freed him and loved him as his own. So much so, he became known as Zayd ibn Muhammad until a verse from the Quran instructed believers to retain their birth lineage. Zayd's story remains one of Islam's earliest examples of racial and social equality. In a society that deeply valued status, the prophet's actions showed that dignity knows no class or color. He forgave even those who tried to kill him. When the prophet entered Mecca as a victorious leader, he had every right to exact revenge on those who had once tortured, exiled, and tried to assassinate him. Yet, he stood before them and proclaimed, "Go, you are free." His mercy left even his fiercest enemies speechless. and many of them embraced Islam that very day. His compassion wasn't a sign of weakness. It was the strongest form of courage. He wept for his followers. One night during his prayer, the Prophet wept intensely. When asked why, he replied, my Ummah. He had been shown his followers, including those not yet born, and he pleaded with Allah to forgive them. His love was not limited to those around him. It reached across time and generations. Every act of compassion, every word of guidance, he did it with us in his heart. He was a devoted husband and a caring father. In a time when women were often ignored or mistreated, the Prophet was remarkably tender and loving toward his wives. He helped with chores, shared laughter, and listened patiently. Toward his daughter, Fatima, his love was especially visible. Whenever she entered, he would rise, kiss her forehead, and seat her beside him. His example as a family man is one of the most endearing and human aspects of his character. He created the first written constitution in Medina. The Prophet's leadership in Medina led to the establishment of what is considered the world's first written constitution, the Constitution of Medina. This document ensured rights for all citizens, Muslims, Jews, and non-Muslims alike. It introduced principles of justice, religious freedom, and mutual defense, laying a foundation for peaceful coexistence that was centuries ahead of its time. He declared racism a sin over 1,400 years ago. In his final sermon, Prophet Muhammad shattered the barriers of race and tribalism. He proclaimed that no Arab is superior to a non-Arab, and no white person is superior to a black person except by piety and righteous deeds. His words still echo powerfully today, reminding humanity that we are all one family before God. His companion Bilal, a former African slave, was chosen to give the call to prayer and honor that signified Islam's deep commitment to equality.